Ooh, I think we are back in business. All right. Okay. Woo. Let's hope that this thing stays alive. Hey, everybody. Hey. Happy Sunday to everybody. I am back. I am back. And hopefully everything is working in order. I'm going to wait for a couple of you guys to get in here and then we will discuss a few things that are in the title, y'all. We're going to be talking about those organic black sesame seeds, y'all, because I think we got something going on here. This is what my hope is before we get into all that. I hope that this live stays good, okay? Because y'all know, as from last week, I have been having problems with my Wi-Fi for whatever reason. Not the Wi-Fi. I actually think it's something to do with YouTube, actually, because I've never had a problem, okay? I have never had a problem with any of my YouTube stuff, but for some reason, my lives are like I am having issues with my lives all of a sudden, and I do have no idea why. I've checked my modem and all that kind of stuff. Lights are on. If for whatever reason something goes wrong with this live tonight, I will be calling again to try to replace this modem. The lights are on, but they are kind of light, so it's a possibility that something could be going on with my modem. I'll check tomorrow. If this live gets funny, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this out and see if that's not it. If that's not the problem, then guess what? It has something to do with YouTube. It will have something to do with YouTube if this is not the problem. Okay. So I'm trying to check all avenues. Everything else is going. I got the music, my TV, everything is rocking. So I don't know what the issue is. Okay, so today I'm gonna just go ahead and go. But if something happens with this live before I get up out of here, I'm gonna just end up doing videos until I can get this fixed. I'll have to probably go back to videos until I get this fixed, and hopefully my videos don't get messed up. So we're gonna cross our fingers on that and pray to God. Okay. Yeah, we gonna cross off things. Okay, hey Tina. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Glad to see you here, guys. So we are gonna be talking about that black seed, those organic black sesame seeds. We are going to be talking about well, today is my wash day, so later on I'm going to do I'm washing my hair, and then also Sephora unboxing. I got my little Sephora box right there. I got some little stuff in there, so we're gonna go ahead and look at that. And then we're gonna be talking about this senior moment I had, y'all. Wait till y'all. Okay, I think I had a senior moment, but anyway, so let's get to those black sesame seeds. You know what? As I was going through my hair and stuff like that, we all know that once a month your hair is either going to grow a half an inch or it's going to grow an inch. Okay, that's just the normal standard of hair growth when your hair is growing. Okay, but if you do some different things or probably like have some things that will enhance your hair growth, you could potentially have more. Okay, now my hair I feel like grows like at that the regular standard level, maybe like a half an inch every month. I've never known my hair to be like a fast growing hair, but I have noticed, guys, that I've had more hair growth this cycle around. Now I'm gonna try to see if I can pull out one that because I'm also in the midst of retightening, guys. Okay, too. I'm in the midst of doing that as well. So what I have noticed is I feel like I have been having. Let me find. I should have just separated. I don't know why I didn't separate, but I feel like I've been having like an inch of growth. Let me see. Like, wait a minute. I ended up retightening some down so y'all can't. It's more in the back. Lord, if I can get the ones that, let me see. I don't know if I can show you guys like to see some of like the I don't know. I wish I could. Let me see. There's some of them back here that have been giving me more growth than I'm used to seeing. Like maybe some of these ones. Like maybe if I move my hand, if y'all can like see, the growth on some of these that's coming off myself. Either way, y'all, I don't know because I can't see it back of my head. But the thing is that in the amount of time that I did my retightening before to now, I have noticed like more growth. Like it's like we all know our own hair, and I noticed that I am having more growth on my hair. And the only thing that I've changed is adding the organic black sesame seeds. And I have the picture in my text. Hey, Maddie, she's doing a little bomb and right there. Y'all see her in her little bit. My baby, she's doing a quick sight, and usually she don't show up in the film. But anyways, the black sesame seeds, y'all. I should have had it right here. Hold on, let me run go grab it. Now, these right here, and I showed y'all before these black organic black sesame seeds. And I just in the morning I just take Maddie. This ain't no food. She's on my leg, y'all, thinking it's some food. Girl, I ain't opening this bag. So it usually, so what I do is I just take a teaspoon, and they taste very. It's like a nutty flavor to them, but it's actually good. They don't bother me at all. You can sprinkle them over your salad. So come here. She wanna do a sighting. You want to say hi? Say hey. Say hi, y'all. Hi. Yeah, I wanted to say hi to everybody. Say hi, Mandy. That's my baby, y'all. She's usually really quiet and don't make a fighting, but this time she wanted to come in. But anyways, right? Just take a teaspoon every morning and do it on an empty stomach. Don't do it on don't eat or nothing. I have been doing that on an empty stomach, and I got that advice from a girl that I watched. I don't even remember the name of her channel, but that's what she does. And she has natural hair that's out, and she has lush natural hair, and she swears by these sesame seeds that is helping to make her grow. Now, like I said, I can't all I'm saying is this is the only other thing that I have added to my routine, to my situation. And I actually have to say, I actually am noticing a little bit. And even on my sides, even though they still a little light, but it's like I notice a little more hair coming in than usual, even on my sides too, y'all. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna keep on going with it. And usually I won't go with something if I just kind of be like I'm not seeing anything. Because if I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it. Okay. But I actually am seeing it. Okay. So I don't know, y'all. If y'all might want to try it. I got it from Amazon. If you want to try these out, by Kavala, and I finally, guys, have my link for my YouTube channel. That's what I meant to. I mean, for my Amazon storefront, guys. So if you go to the home page where you guys can see my links, if you just click on it, you'll see where I have my Amazon link. And if you guys do purchase, want to purchase this, click on my link and then just purchase it through there so a sister can get a little bit of a percentage. Okay, I'm just keeping it real, y'all. Y'all know how long it took me to finally even get this link. So if it's anything, I put up here, if you guys could, if you're gonna buy it on Amazon anyway, just do your girl a favor and click on the link and go ahead and purchase it through my link. And then that way, it can help me out. Y'all can help me out in that kind of way as well. Okay. So that is that. With that, I have my wash day. Usually, Maddie, can mama put you down for a second? See, so okay. I don't know what it is, y'all. Today she is having this real baby moment. Y'all know she don't be doing all. Y'all don't even be getting a sight of her. But today she's feeling this thing where she just wants to be up on me so much. I don't know what's going on, but she wants a lot of love today from mama. Okay. But anyways, today is my wash day. And you know what? I think usually I try to go ahead and do my washes like every 2 weeks. I try to go ahead and get it in every 2 weeks or so. And I think that's pretty good. I usually don't like to do like the once a week and all that other kind of stuff. I just think that's just doing it a little bit too much. But every 2 weeks, every 2.5 weeks, I will try to go ahead and get my wash in. And what I will have in this Sephora unboxing is the next shampoo I'm gonna try again. I've been telling y'all I've been wanting to try this. So I believe it is in there. So I'll be showing you guys that was in the Sephora box. Okay. In this unboxing, but I am going to at this point what I do with my unboxings is with my not just my unboxings, but with my wash days, I will go ahead and wash my hair. But I also now add in conditioners, guys. Okay. And I'm going to be continuing to do that from here on out. I've already been locked going on 9 years now, so it's not a problem. Hey guys, if you're in here, say hi, y'all. Don't be shy. And then and thumbs up the live if you guys coming on your way in. Help out your girl in that kind of way. Y'all know how this all works, okay? So come in and say hi. Don't be shy, guys, because we know when people are in here. So you might as well just say hello. It doesn't hurt. Do a thumbs up, do a heart, do anything. Just, make yourself be known, okay? Subscribe to the channel. But any old ways, so I'm at the point where I condition my hair if I feel like I don't really need it, and then when I do, and if I feel like I need it, I definitely do it. But I'm kind of at that point. Hey, sister Knots, how are you, sister Knots? And thanks for the flowers, honey. And I was just saying to people, you know what? Give people their flowers while they're alive. So thanks for those beautiful flowers, girl. I love flowers. So thank you for those flowers. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I am glad to have you here. So far so good with YouTube. Y'all please keep it cool because I was having issues, so I am really hoping that this live stays live. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna pray, y'all. We gonna all pray together that it stay live. Um so what I'm gonna do after I wash and condition my hair, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and do. If Maddie, you're gonna have to let Mama sit down. I'm gonna do a braid out, so I will have my braids, and I'm gonna put 6 braids in my hair, and then I'm going to use my lock loops at the end. So I will curl my hair at the ends. Come on, man, you have to sit down, baby girl. Okay. Yep. Mama love you, but we gonna have to sit you down. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead. I will put my braids in my hair, put my lock loops at the end, so I'll have a braid out, and hopefully that lasts for a couple of days. Okay, so we gonna get to this Sephora unboxing, y'all. So I said I had been saying I wanted to get this shampoo because I had got a tester, and I really like the sample. Oh God, these are okay. These are kind of small, but these kind of look like samples in a way, but they're not actually. This is called Purology. I got the hydrating conditioner and the shampoo. So these are small though. I thought they were going to be like, but then again, they were 11 a piece. But I guess this is a kind of expensive brand. These two here. But one thing about it is I also realized that this shampoo brand is actually for color treated hair. So if you have locks that are colored, these I think will work great with color treated hair, and they smell amazing too. They smell really really good. Yeah. And I liked how they felt on my hair too. Okay, yeah, I do like the shampoo. Yep, I really, really actually like this one, and I liked how it felt on my hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this. And I got the small one just so that I can be like, let me see how I'm gonna like this. So I'll see how much. Well, I did like the sample, that's why I ended up getting this. So I'm going to go ahead and use this should last me about maybe 3 washes if I use it sparingly. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then if when the verdict's in on this, if I really really like it, I will go ahead and get more of these. Okay, so that's that on that. The shampoo and conditioner. I ended up getting me some more cotton wipes for your face. These are really, really good, guys, especially with the summertime and all that heat and wet and all this other kind of stuff. And if you wear makeup, these are organic cotton wipes. These are only $4.50 from Sephora. I love these. These are really, really good. Really, really good to just kind of keep in your arsenal. Just throw a couple in your bag too. It's just really good for wiping your face when it's hot and all this other kind of stuff. So that is really, really great to have. So this wasn't a huge haul. I just got these, the cotton balls, and then they ended up sending me some samples. So I ended up getting like this cute little Chanel perfume sample. Love that for me. It is this one. So that'll be nice. I'll wait till I actually go out to use this because that smells really, really good. Oh, I should have got two of these. I should have got two of these. But that's okay. That's okay. And then I also got Lose the Bags. This is something for your under eyes, and then as we're getting older with the crow's feet babies. So I ended up grabbing that as well, and to show the sample of how it's supposed to work, guys. So it was so this one, I think that is all I ended up getting this time for Sephora, yeah, because I got some other stuff that's coming in on Amazon. So this was it for Sephora and it came right on time because I'm going to do my wash day tonight. And then that's that. This is cute. That Chanel perfume smells really good. So that's that for my quick little Sephora haul. That was cute. We always love a good little haul. Okay. So we got that. And you know what, guys? Another thing that I'll share, because all of this is really about wellness and it's about hair and growing and doing all stuff, but everything is really connected. So you got to think about all the things you put in your body, whether it's the food you put in your body, the water that you got to keep drinking. Like I always keep my little Stanley cup. I got that, and that's been working really great. I've been really getting my water intake from that. I got my little tea cup. I've been doing my little organic teas. Hold on. Tea. I got that. And then, guys, I usually every year I buy me some shea butter from this company that sources their shea butter straight from the motherland, honey, straight from Africa. Now, I don't know exactly which part, but it doesn't really matter because it's from Africa. And I noticed that no matter what kind of stuff I have purchased or bought, it never worked as well as whenever I would get this shea butter, and I will always make my own concoction up, right? So whenever I would use it, people will always be like, "Oh my God, girl, your skin feels so soft, it looks so good," or whatever, this and that and the other thing. And so I decided this time, you know what? Let me see if I can go ahead and like make some things up together, make up a little bags, and maybe I can sell my concoction. So I took some samples and then I went to work my clients and different things like that. And guess what? I had them sample it and they were like, give me one of those, buy me one of those. So I have made them, guys. So I have made my little satchels. This is Faye's baby butter. So I have the simple ones, the single ones that I am selling for $6. And then my little bags that I put together where I put what I made here in these cute little jars, a spray water bottle, and then I'm just adding like a tea candle in some of them. And I have a lot of different little colors. These are actually all of my orders that people literally, this is so funny because I never even decided to sell them before. And as soon as people felt my products, they was like, get me one. So this is what I do with them, right? So this is mine. This is my simple sample that I use, right? So let me show y'all. And then the water bottle. As we know, just like even with hair, whatever you put on your hair, and if you want to keep that moisture and lock that moisture in, what do? You use water. Or you got to use something like that, a rose water, whatever it is. Not whatever you want, but like if it's water, rose water, maybe something you might mix with aloe vera juice or whatever. Anything that's going to hydrate and moisturize your hair. And if you have something you're trying to lock, and say you're even doing like a light jojoba oil. Oh, thank you, Sister Knots. Like listen, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Ever since I have been praying and asking God to just like give me some ideas. Like, I've just lately been in my entrepreneurial bag, and I just been like, all of a sudden, I'm just getting so many ideas. And this is something, and what's so crazy about it, what I'm realizing is that you guys, we, all of us, there are things that we are literally doing right now that actually can make you money. Like, I really just took this for, like, I never even thought twice about asking some, like, to sell it. Like, I just used to be like, and I mix it. And the thing about it is, this shea butter is like a straight up a natural shea butter from Africa, but I also mix a couple of oils. I did some other oils that I mix with this concoction, but it's organic. Like, so I'll do like another ingredient I'll throw out there is my organic coconut oil I use, but there's like a couple of other oils that I actually add to this, and I mix that up. And this is a travel size, and I actually, actually a pretty good amount that you put in. A little goes a long way, and I'm telling you, this daggone shea butter is like, I'm telling you, it'll have your skin feeling like a baby's bottom. Okay, so what I do, and the reason why I used to do this is because prior to living here in North Carolina, I used to live in Boston, and so it used to get like extremely cold in the wintertime. And as we all know, your skin, or if you don't know, your skin will dry out a whole lot when you're in a cold environment once wintertime gets. So I used to always order, like, and I buy this by the pound, like, so I would get a pound or two, and then I would be at home doing my double boiling stuff, melting it down, pouring it in. But I would do bigger jars and stuff like that, and just have my thing for the whole winter time. And I was like, wait a minute, we gonna be having our legs and arms and all that out this summer too. So and you can even put it on your face. Child, there's the white little lady I work with. Just help her out. She's sick one day a week. I helped this old lady, and honey, even she bought it. So even she recognized when I showed her a little sample. She was like, "I'll take a kit." It was so funny, and she's 82, so it was so funny. So this is what I do. Like, so you gonna take your water, like, so. Sam, I'm show y'all a sample, right? So see, my arms down. I'm gonna take this, my watch off, and I'm gonna show y'all a sample of how good this is, right? So I usually just, and my hands, that's one thing, my hands get extremely dry, like all the time. My hands and my feet, baby. So I'll take that and I'll just like wet my arm, and then I'm gonna take some of my shea butter, phase baby butter, phase smooth butter. I gotta come up with a name, guys. I gotta come up with a name for this. So, and also, what I like about this is not greasy, and it will absorb into your skin really, really well. Like, it will absorb in after a little bit. And once you put in, the whole point about adding the water is that the water is going to keep it where it stays in. It's going to lock the moisture in, right? So look, so just look at how, like, you can just even tell. And what I'll do is just, if you can feel how soft my arm feel, I'm telling you, like right here. And then, guys, you know what? And get them elbows. You see, ain't gonna be, honey, ain't nothing dry gonna be on these elbows. You hear me? Not for the summer. Now, if you look at this arm with this you can see the difference. Look how this one, how much more moisturized this arm look than this arm. Let's see. Okay, maybe you can get it better. But if you was, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, everybody that I let try this out, honey, and I just came up with it, like, was like, you know what? Let me just put this together from last week. Everything I made is almost sold out. Like, a lady came by, picked up two, like three. It's like I'm almost tripping. This was some of the money I just made today. Literally, a lady came by and picked up two of the small ones, because I sell one for $6, and then one, and then $10 in my pocketbook. I just sold the little kid. So I'm just like, y'all, it may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot when you have come up with something that you probably didn't even think about, like, that your stuff is good enough. Because in my mind, I was just like, I, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Never even entered my mind. I say you can sell that. That's actually a good product. So I just want to say that just to say to you guys as well, if there is something that you have or that you are good at or that you make well, go ahead and give it a chance. You might be surprised. And then before I got to working and everything, I started making jewelry. I don't know how to make no damn jewelry, but I started making jewelry and got a little bit better and better. And I ended up selling it. Like people bought it. I was like, wow. So I don't know, guys. This was just like an in between, but I'm just excited because it just shocked me that I was able to do that. That's all. That's all. It just shocked me. Okay, but guys, and guess what, y'all? I ended up having, I think I had a senior moment today, y'all. Listen, why did I think today was Mother's Day? I thought today was Mother's Day, y'all. I got up. I was talking to people yesterday in the grocery store, and then I just was like, you know what? I was like, I think tomorrow's Mother's Day. For some reason, maybe because people was talking about it, I thought for some reason that it was Mother's Day. I don't know why. But any old ways, I ended up doing something on Facebook. I'm not hardly on there like that, anyways. But I ended up getting up there doing something. I had now this was a back in the day picture of me when listen guys, so this is a back in the day picture of me and my daughter when my hair was straightened when I used to wear a relaxer. I had like a little cut, little side cut, y'all. So don't this is my little this is a picture of me and my daughter from back in the day. And this is what I used to wear my hair cut. I used to wear styles, but so these were like my relaxed days, y'all. So so that's a picture of me when I used to wear my relaxers and it used to so I would go from short to long. Sometimes I would wear it shorter than that, sometimes longer than that. But anyways, I ended up posting pictures. Me did this whole different thing about me as a mom, my mom, my grandmother, and then and then one of my friends, and then I realized I said, wait a minute, how come I don't hear anybody else or there's nobody else saying Happy Mother Day, this and that? I'm like, girl, I think you might have just had a damn senior moment. And then when I went, looked at my daggone phone and realized it was like the 11th Mother's Day, I said, oh, God damn it. And then my friend on there said, girl, you almost had me at the damn gravesite to go visit my mother. It was, oh, man. Oh, man. It was funny, y'all. So that was my senior moment of the day. It must be as we are getting older, child. It must be that thing there. So I don't really have too much going on except for the fact that I still got me some, I got actually I actually do have a new client consultation coming up. So that's going to be a new potential client for me, so I'm going to be doing that. As for, I was trying to think about like some of the other things that's going on in our hair world. The Sister Locks XL. So what we talked about that lately. So that should be already rolled out now. The classes should be ongoing, and I know that that was a dual thing where that was like online, and then also too people end up going in to also take like a second portion of that. I'm still debating whether I'm going to do it or not. I'll see. I'll see. It's just going to depend on where I plan on taking things as it comes to Sislocks, because as I'm getting older and stuff like that, I'm still trying to determine if I want to um like retire doing hair. That has not been my plan because I've been wanting to work. I want to say smarter, not harder, but not, it's not about it being really a smarter thing, because it's more like um if I was younger and on this tip, I would definitely be like full force all the way in it, and it wouldn't be no question at all. I would be like, oh, I'm taking the class, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because I'm just looking here, guys, because I've been having some moth problems. So I'm like, okay, I think I see another one, and they driving me crazy. Hold on, let me get this one, because it is like these daggone things been like just coming all over the place, and they are driving me crazy. Hold on. One thing, and they either get sorry, Lord. But yeah, so any old ways, I'm going to see about that. Because I'm just kind of, although I'm still a hair person, I still, how many clients do you have? Okay, so I have, well, the at the most I have 15, and I could have had more than that, but it's just that I actually turned down some people because I was trying to get away from doing the installations because I really didn't want to spend all my time doing all that and just stick with the retightenings. But so now I have maybe about, let's see, if I sit in, I definitely have over 10. So I would say I believe I have about 12. I've been rotating about like 12 different clients now. Um, yeah, about 12. And I plan on keeping it right around there. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not trying to do too much because I'm actually doing other things. And to be honest, I'm at kind of like a different phase in my life where I really want to like kind of do more entrepreneurial stuff. That's really what I want to do. I really want to free up my time. I really want to free up my time. I'm telling you, it's like more and more as like having to work and stuff like that to go into a job. It's like it's not really just like my bag. I'm just like really like at a point where I'm like, okay, like because if I had something else to just completely rely on. Yes, yes. And you know what? And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And this is the thing. It is this is really new for me, like this entrepreneurial space. So it's like in this country I feel like we always get like I think we were bred to work, to be worker bees, go to a job, go to a job, go to a job, like that. But it's not like you're like kind of, they don't teach us in school to be an entrepreneur, like go ahead and be an entrepreneur, go ahead and do this, go ahead and do that. And the thing about it is I have done hair for a long time. Like I've been doing hair over 30 years, like literally over 30 years. And one thing that I will say about, what I can say about, like if you choose to be a cosmetologist or anything like that, this is being a cosmetologist, hairdresser, whatever you want to call it. This can be a great career for you. Like it really can be a great career for you if you have a plan. If you have a good plan, and you choose the right thing to do, and if you get your market, like your demographic that you're looking for, like so say for instance, like right now where Sister Lock is, because even when I first saw Sister Locks and it had just came out, I was I wasn't like, I wouldn't say I was like older, but Sister Locks was starting to get its footing. Like um it wasn't like it was as prevalent as it is now. I'll just say it like that. Sister Locks is not wasn't as prevalent. Like literally in Boston at the time when I first saw Sister Locks, there was literally one consultant in Boston. In the whole city of Boston, there was literally one consultant at that time when I first saw them, literally just one person. So, and then after that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that style. I want to get that style. I want to get that style. And even when I got to that point, I had ran into maybe two more people as the years were going on. And I was like, I really want to know about this style. I really want to know about the style. And the lady was like, oh, it's a journey. I remember her saying, like, girl, it is a journey. I do love them. But she was like, but you'll see, like, if you get them, it's a journey. It's a journey. And I was like, I don't care what nobody say. I'm still gonna get that style one day. I'm gonna get that style. So as the time went by, 15 years went by. Literally, like 15 years had gone by, and I had ended up finally getting my Sister Locks 15 years later, after I first saw the first person with Sister Locks. So I would still say, because even in Boston right now, you could still go to certain areas and you might be you and maybe you could be still the only person in your area. Like it's really spread out. And the thing also too is in the Boston area, it's not like one of those type of like demographics where um like a lot of people wear sister locks. It is growing more and more. It have grown over the years where I would run into people hearing it a lot more than it used to be, but it's still not like a place like the DMV. Like if you go to Maryland, you go to Washington, if you come down here down south, you know what I'm saying, up in Atlanta, you go, let's see, Florida, like different places, mainly the South for real. Like you get like every time you turn, somebody got locks down here in the South. So I was like, you know what? You can when you go to out because I was like shocked. Like I actually have more clients here than I had in Boston. And I lived up there way longer. As soon as I got down here, within like a year or so, people was like coming, and I was like, "Damn, why did this have to happen while I'm older?" Like when I was trying to get out of the hair industry, but it just goes to show how good it is. Whereas even like somebody like me, if you just picking it back up just on a from some side, in money residual, just some side money, I'm still able to make good money. Just not even, really like planning a business with it. So I was all like, damn, if I was like really going hard, like, man, I'm telling you right now, if there was someone who had a passion, but I will say, you do need to have a passion for doing hair. Like I had a passion. Y'all, let me close this door so I don't get no more bugs in here. And I got this light on too. Hold on. So what I would say, hey y'all, welcome to the live, guys. So like I see a few people coming in here. Y'all say hey, y'all. If you here, guys, don't be afraid to say hi. And if you come in, it would be really, really lovely if you guys could just like the stream, guys. If you're here watching, don't be shy, y'all. So any other ways, this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you're young, middle age, older, because I still know some people who's a loctician that's like in their 50s and 60s, like they still doing hair. Okay. So it doesn't matter about that because you could be like a type of person, because even the person that was doing my hair up in Raleigh, that person, she's older, she's an older woman, but that's all she does. So that's the difference. If that is all you're doing and you're just focused on that, you could still be good. Like I'm telling you, you could be good. I would say this to a person: if you're younger, and you starting off and you have a passion for hair. So I would have to say people still need to have a passion for what they want to do. But if you have a passion for this, and then if you go into this sister lock space, because I still feel like sister locks is going to be around for a long time. Like even regalas or whatever they coming out with now, they trying to compete with like the micro locks and all the other like larger locks that's out. Sister locks is still hanging in there, and they're not even going to go anywhere. Because even if you think about the people who wear sister locks, they're still wearing them. Like I still have it in my mind, like I'm not going to anytime soon. In my mind, I'm going to keep my sister locks, right? So if a person started out, I would just listen. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, guys, and this is what's been on my mind. This is another business thing that has been on my mind. I feel like I'm going to do an ebook. I am going to do an ebook on how to be successful with doing socials. That's what I'm gonna do. That just literally off the dome just came off my head because I've been having these kind of ideas about an ebook, and in this, it will be a step-by-step guide on how to follow this thing, and not not just the steps. It'll be a step by step how to get there, what you should do. I'll have all the suggestions on what you need to do to help yourself be successful, and other things with your wellness and your health as you're doing this too, because there's a lot of things that I realize that people in and also in the hair industry they don't talk about, but there is some drawbacks to this. Like as well as you can be successful, there is also drawbacks and physically things that you will deal with when you are a hairdresser, okay? Because you are just doing things, it's repetition that you're doing over years. So if you're serious about it and you're a serious hairdresser for years, you are going to be doing a certain motion year after year. Now, amongst hairdressers, we talk about it. Like we understand it. Like I could say something to a hairdresser and she'll be like, "Oh my God, girl, I know what you're talking about." And child, look at what happened to me, and da 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 and da. And so people don't usually think about that in terms of like, what do you mean, like something physical? Like, what can happen to me physical like a hairdresser? But you'll be shocked. Well, you'll be shocked of some of the things that you could possibly prevent. So I think a lot of hairdressers, and because it's not talked about so much, there's a lot of things I think that happen that can be prevented if people was to, just like talk about it more and express it a lot more. And I know I'm kind of being a little vague because I want to put that in the ebook. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put that out there, try to manifest that thing now because it's very important. And I know that this information that I have is very, very helpful, and it can help guide someone that is really serious about being in the hair industry. If you're trying to really be there and be someone like how I have been for years. Like I've really been in this industry for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around all sorts of hairdressers. I have worked in some different salons. And before I even became a hairdresser myself, a cosmetologist, I was a type of woman that went to the hairdresser all the time. Like I literally was every 2 weeks I was at the hairdresser, whether I was getting my relaxer, my washing set, and wraps, you know what I'm saying, or any other styles at the time, from sew-ins or ponytails, cornrows, whatever it was. I've done everything under the sun to my hair. Like it's going to a hairdresser. But the main reason, aside from my grandmama, that actually initially got me started with wanting to do hair, um, she initially started me and showed me. She's the one who helped me realize that I actually had a passion for doing hair. And then once I got that realization from her, through her having me press and curl her hair when I was 11 years old, she would my grandmother would make me come in and press and curl her hair at the store at 11. I was like 10 or 11, something like that. Because my mother used to press and curl me and my sister's hair all the time. Like, but she would do it not all the time, but she would do it like for Sundays when we would have to go to church or different things. She would always press and curl our hair. So everybody thought my mother was going to be a hairdresser. And my mother used to had a reputation for being one of like the best press hair, press and curl around. But the thing is my mother wasn't doing nobody else's hair. She would only do her daughter's hair. She only did me and my sister's hair, and that was it. She was like, I ain't doing nobody else's hair. She literally would only do me and my sister's hair. So, and that thing would last. Our press and curls would last like 2 weeks, 2.5, almost 3 weeks, the way my mother used to do it. So my grandmother tried to put her on it, but my mother was like, nope, I'm only doing this because as soon as we were able to do our own hair, my mother was like, y'all doing y'all own hair now. So she kicked us to the curb, like after a while, we're doing our own hair. And then my grandmother, I guess she must have just was like, I don't know if she saw it in me or whatever. I don't recall playing with dolls and hair a lot. Like I don't remember all of that, but I just remember her just being like, come press and curl my hair. And I didn't know what I was doing, and I would jack it up. I would be like scared. I'm gonna burn you. No, go ahead. And she would be like, oh, look at what Faye did. She would go around the house telling everybody, look at Faye did my hair. And she wouldn't change it enough. My grandmother would walk around the house with the little jacked up, the roots was all, because couldn't get to them. But guess what? Over time, I actually got better. And once I saw that I got better, I was like, oh man, like I actually really got good at doing my grandmother's hair. And then it went on to my friends. I started doing all my friends in the neighborhood, and they was like, Faye, I was getting calls to do their hair. Then it was just like, they like, Faye, you need to go to hair school. You need to go to hair school. So that was the next progression. Went to hair school, graduated, went back and taught at hair school. I was in the classrooms. I had my own students. Me and one of my good friends, we taught in classrooms, did that, left there, went into salons. And then I was like, but my whole thing was I wanted to be the hairdresser that I always wanted. because the hairdressers, because if anybody knows, if you deal with hairdressers and going into all these salons, you are going to deal with some of everything. All hairdressers are not created equal, all locticians, whatever. Wherever you go, they are not all created equal. You're going to get some of them that's going to be professional. You're going to get some of them that's not going to be professional. Some of them are going to run their shop like it's the hot place to be. They might be playing the music, and it might be that whole thing where everybody's dressed to impress and this and that and all. You know what I'm saying? So you could have like the ghetto vibe type of salons. You could have like the upscale salons where it's very hoity-toity in there. And you gotta, and then you can, you'll have the salons where maybe the older people go and get their little press and curls, and you know what I'm saying. So I've experienced pretty much all different types of salons to work in and stuff. And then I decided, like, okay, what kind of place would I like? Ain't nobody talking to you, Bixby. Be quiet, y'all. This is like computer stuff, honey. AI is taking over, y'all. But anyways, I decided, like, okay, what kind of hairdresser? And I knew I was passionate about hair, so I knew that was going to be possible. You know what I mean? So I was all like, okay, I'm on the trajectory to go to hair. And back then, y'all, like when I went like 30 years ago, it was only $8,000 to go to hair school. And then I had ended up finding a place because I was in a certain bracket. Because back then I wasn't making a lot of money back then. And I found the place that actually gave me $5,000. Like, so my hairdresser school, literally my cost for the hairdresser education was like $3,000, and then I was able to kind of like little by little end up paying it off, and I was able to actually pay that off. So it ain't like that today. You ain't gonna go to no hair, because even all hair schools now. I went to Blaine's hair school in Boston, Massachusetts. So it was. I'm telling you, you well, you already know some of them schools now. It's up into the 20,000, this and that. Child, it's a whole lot. And I would say right now, I most definitely for sure would not spend that kind of money on a hair school unless you were serious about it. I'm talking about like real serious, like you actually had a plan to take that thing where you was gonna do something with it. Like, okay, I'm gonna open me up a space. I'm gonna, try to get me my own salon or whatever, and then take it from there. So I definitely would, and I would say that for sure, because but you could still make money, because I would say that regardless of what. One time, me and a friend of mine, she had ended up staying into the whole thing. Like, say, this is when I was working at the hair school, right? This is so I graduated from that hair school, and then I was working as an instructor in the classroom. And then so at that time, I ended up getting pregnant with my baby. Okay, I ended up getting pregnant with my baby. Mwah, right? So I ended up getting pregnant with her, and then I was like, the different things about hair schools is you can make good money, but a lot of hair schools don't have benefits. And I don't know why they do that. I don't know if that's different nowadays, if they've changed that, but I really, really hope that they change that, because a lot of people need benefits, and losing a lot of people when they got pregnant. Like, if a person, they was like, man, I need benefits, I'm like, even though as much as I love doing hair, I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it a different way, because I have to go get like a job now, 9 to 5, and then get these benefits, which what I did. But I ended up just, I went into a salon part-time, but then I ended up doing hair out of my house. And then one of my friends, since she was still at the school, she continued on and got her license above that, which was, if you plan on having your own salon, right? If you plan on having your own salon, you have to shadow somebody like for 1,000 hours. You have to shadow someone for 1,000 hours underneath them, get whatever teachings or whatever it is they're teaching you, and then you'll be eligible to get that licensure, so that you're able to open up your own shop at that point. Then you can do that. So me and that girl was talking, and I was like, you know what? it would be cool if we was able to open up our little spot. Like my hope was, I actually really wanted like a little storefront. Like if, like in my mind, I was like, if we have like a little storefront where we sold hair, we sold little products, this and that, and then have a room. I was all like, you could. I had the business degree because I had actually ended up at this point in time when I ended up going back to work. I mean, when I left, got pregnant with my daughter, went to work, I ended up going to school too. So I ended up going to school, getting a degree in business management. So I had a business degree where I could have actually did like the business portion of it, and then she had the licensure to open a shop. So I was all like, you have that for that, and I have this. So I could open it up on the business side. You can do that. And I said, and what we could do is we could have like a room in the back to do hair. Like, so that was what was that was just like a dream that I had, that part never came to fruition, but that was like a dream that I had. Like, oh man. But we all know that the Asians have cornered the market on the hair stuff, which I kind of feel like, and I don't want to make like a thing like, oh, they do it, but it's the truth. Like I did a presentation in college on that, like how they cornered our hair market, and how what the thing is what was so sad about that is that there is no way under this planet that black people should not have had the hair market cornered, especially with us, because as much as we are the we spend the most money, more money than all other cultures put together on hair, on our hair and everything we do with it, on products, all that. We actually spend the most of everyone, and that's a fact. So there is no reason why we should not have had that market cornered. And when I was in school, there were three black owned company. One was Dudley, not Vidal Sassoon on top. It was Dudley. Um, I was about to say Soul Glow, y'all. But I forgot the other two. But the other two ended up selling, finally sold. They got sold. So literally, if remember, and I don't even know if to this day in 2025, if Dudley still have their company. They was the only man, the last man standing. That was the black company that used to make the relaxers, Dudley relaxers. If anybody remember Dudley relaxers and all that kind of stuff. They are literally was the last black owned hair business left. And I hope to God that they didn't, you know what I'm saying, fall like everybody else. But it was a shame, and a lot of that problem was what we was reading about was we in the black community allow everybody in. We just allow everybody into the hair shows, and this is what was happening. They started quietly, because the Asian community is a quiet community. Like they don't talk about their business. They don't put things out, their ideas of what they're going to do or how they work. And I have to give them credit for that part, because they really execute. Really, you don't know what's happened till it's done with them. And I think that's the reason how come they able to be so successful and do all the things that they do, because they were showing up like at the hair shows, at all these black hair shows, doing this and that. And so they was coming in, getting all the information, doing all of this and doing all that. And guess what? They started to, once they got all of that information, they duplicated it. So they appropriated all the different like things that were put out there. They did their own duplications and then blocked black people out, and started selling theirs for a cheaper price. So they did like Sam Walton on there, like at Walmart, how he went for cheaper, and then just mom and pop stores is no more now, because they then came in and it's just went in and copied the products, made it cheaper, and so people started coming to them, and they knew that's how they was going to block it out. And not only did they do that, they stopped selling to the black hair stores that was around, which was very far and few in between. So you had literally, there was one black hair store that I used to go to, and guess what? Their prices was higher because they had higher overhead. They the products they was so what was happening was the Asians was actually selling them stuff at a way higher price and only making sure that they were selling other Asians at more the wholesale discount prices. And that's how those stores weren't able to sustain their sales, because guess what? The people are not coming to shop and patronize their stores because they're over here. And I'm just like, and they know it, and they're in our communities, and they're like, they're not even nice to you, and won't even give you your money back. Like, you're only getting credit. Like, they refuse to even pay you, like give you. You can go there, and there is a rule. I found out it was like, if you go there, if you literally do not bring that product back the day you purchased it, you do not get your money back. But they don't tell you that either. They don't say when you're purchasing your product. They don't say, if you don't come back here today, you're not going to get it back. And I mean, you got what, 95% of the people, if not more, purchasing out of the stores. It's just bewildering to me. How can we just continue to shop there? Like, I'm just like, but I guess they called themselves like trying to hire a few more and whatever like that. But that could be just like how Target just got shut down. Like, that actually could happen too, because I mean, when you really look at it, you still, most African Americans are not getting. And let me. I want to not have this as hate speech, or not hate speech, but like as trying to stir up something or cause something, because that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that that's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to. It just makes sense that if you're not, it's just a fact of what's happening. That's all. I'll just say that it's just a simple fact of what is happening. And even after, if anybody's seen that movie Sinners, if you've seen the movie Sinners, I saw that last week, and that actually talked a lot about the Black and Asian experience. And if you get a breakdown of the symbolism that was in the movie, it talks about that. And they was having Asians themselves saying it. So this is not like something, if they hear this, they'll be like, oh, that's not right. That's not true, because they were even themselves saying, we appropriate in African American culture. This is a history of ours. And it's like, it's a shame that, but it's true. We do. Like, they was admitting it, like, because it is true. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. I think it's a lot less now, since a lot of people are doing, going natural, and they're actually wearing locks. And I think sister locks too. So I'll say I really love that Sister Locke still did come out, regardless of all of the ups and downs and different things and stuff like that. Because I think with us as people, we were looking for something that can, debunk all of the different things that we were told about our hair, and our unique beauty and all this other type of stuff. And I feel like with Sister Locks, that really, gave us this sense of like, wow, hold on a minute, here we have this beautiful style. Our hair actually do grow long naturally. And because that was like a thing, oh, our hair can't grow, our hair don't grow. How many times have we heard that our hair don't grow, our hair can't grow but a certain length, and all this other kind of stuff. And now that we actually stop going against our hair, where you literally actually loving on your hair and showing your hair love, like, so when you're our hair, so when you show it love, it show you love back. Meaning, don't go against what you have, and then it's not going to go against you. So boom, now that we started to be like, okay, our hair don't really like to be combed all like that. It likes to be really left alone. It doesn't want like these deadly products, like the chemicals and stuff that we're putting in our hair. Now, I'm gonna say, listen, I'll say this too. I'm not even saying that to put anyone down or whatever, even because it was a literally a brainwashing of it was a whole lot of messaging that we got, how we came to our hair, and all the different things we went through. So I think all of us went through that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, we all had our turns. Unless you grew up in a family that was like, no, your hair is beautiful as it is. You don't need anything. Just we're just gonna fix it up the way it is and go. if you wasn't taught to be proud of your hair or shown love for your hair, unless it was a certain type of hair that was considered good hair, your curly hair or the softer textures, if you didn't grow up with that type of hair, and I don't want to say blessed with it, because the thing is that hair is, it's really ain't no such thing as good hair. Good hair, how's your hair good? It's not good hair. It's anybody's hair that is properly taken care of, and uh, um, um, if your hair is taken care of and you're doing with and groomed, if your hair is groomed and taken care of, that's good hair, no matter what kind of hair it is. And one of these times, guys, I'm gonna try to see if I could get some guys together, like, and I'm gonna do a thing where I ask them, because I've asked over the year a lot of guys about their opinions on natural hair locks, all these different kind of things. And you know what? Let me tell you something. And this went across the board with, and I asked different men. I didn't ask just like black men. I asked the Hispanic men, white men, like people I worked with, all that kind of stuff, just having conversations. What do y'all like? Because sometimes every time I would wear my hair natural, I would get compliments. Like, and whether it was out natural or the locks or whatever, like I would always get compliments from all kinds of men. Okay. So it is a myth that your hair don't look good if it's in its natural hair, or whatever. All that is BS. I'm telling you just straight out, it's BS. And you know what? Every single one of those guys said to me, I'm talking about all of them. They was like, we don't, they was like, I wish girls would understand, like, we don't care about what kind of hair you have. Now, some guys have preferences. Okay, let's say that too, because some guys do have preferences, but for the majority of men, they're like, we don't care like what it is, because half the time, sometimes we don't even know what the hell it is sometimes, but it's more like if it look good to us. Like, so if you come in front of us and we look at you and you look good to us, whether your hair is in a damn afro or whatever it is, or whatever, as long as you look good to us, then we're okay with that. We don't care about like, and actually, I'd rather see a woman natural. Like, I want to see her natural. Most of the men said they want a girl, a woman, they want to see you natural. Now, like we said, you need to groom yourself. Like, you're not just going to just go out and be like, oh, okay, I'm just wearing my hair like. And, but we grew up being like, girl, fix your hair. Fix it. You need to fix that hair. Some people would wear their hair in an afro, wash it, condition, do whatever, pick it out. My mother wore an afro her whole life. Like, my mother, she was like, she didn't hear nothing what nobody was saying. And it was one time, and I swear to this day, my late mother, I feel so sorry about what I did. I've forgiven myself at this point about it. But there was a time when I started putting relaxers, and I was like, why don't you don't never want to relaxer in your hair? And she was like, what's that? And I'm all like, it'll straighten your hair down, and it'll, like, you can do different styles. You can curl it, you can do this, you can do that. And then she was like, okay. Like, so I convinced my mother to let me put a relaxer on her hair, when my mother always just was a la natural. My mother would have the baddest, shiniest afro. Okay, everybody. She would color hers auburn, and you couldn't tell her nothing. She just walk around with her afro. And so I relaxed it for her, and then she was like, "Oh, what's this stuff is starting? Oh, wait, this thing started hurting my hair." So I was like, oh, "Okay." I washed it out, did the thing, fixed it up, and she was like, "I was like, how you like it? You like it?" She was like, it's all right, but I like my afro. And I was like, yeah, I know, but that's okay. But this is better. It's gonna be greetings, Kathy Shepard. How are you? How are you? Greetings. Glad to have you here. If you can see, I'm past the hour, girl. I can't believe it. So YouTube ain't playing with me today. It must be that I had called them to come give me a signal. So thank you. So everything is working. But anyways, after a while, after my mother was wearing that relaxer in her hair, she was like, Faye, I want my afro back. Put my afro back in my hair. Yeah, guys, y'all thumbs up the live for me. I really appreciate that a lot, guys, if you've done that up for me. So my mother was like, put the afro back in my hair. And I was like, I can't put the afro back in your hair. It don't work like that. And she was like, what you mean? How come you can't put it back in my hair? I was like, because this is like a chemical. It's a chemical. So it don't work like that. You have to, it has to grow out. She was like, what? You mean to tell me I have to wear my hair like this? And I was like, oh my God. Like it had dawned on me that she did not. My mother was so oblivious to what relaxers was and all that kind of stuff. She just was like, put my afro back. And I was like, oh man. I said, well, this is what I'll do. As it's growing out, I'll cut it for you. I'll cut it, and then you'll start to see your natural hair. So it took, y'all, it took the time. You know how it is. Like, I literally just had to wait over time, and it took about 4 or 5 months for my mother to get like an afro to the point where she went where I could cut all the relaxer off, and she was so happy to get her afro back. And I felt so bad, like, because my mother was upset that she could not get her afro back. Okay, so that goes to show, y'all, I'm telling you, if I get a chance, that's been another type of thing I've been wanting to do. But I want to do that as a video where I get some guys, different guys too. If I, maybe I might, get back in my video bag, because I do miss doing a video here and there too. I do kind of miss doing a video. So I think I want to try to do that. But well, I know for sure that I'll end up doing another video again. But I want to do it where I just kind of like, just in this day and age, just to kind of see what men are, because some people don't have a great experience with that. They actually have partners that have a problem with them going natural. Or I mean, at this point, I think at this point in time, I think it's like really like for real. But at the end of the day, you do have those outliers. You do have some of the ones that they actually don't care for, or especially if it's in a shorter, like when you maybe first starting out your locks and they're short. If your hair is short, some men like long hair, some men da. Now that's up to the woman, because to me, like with who I was with, honey, I didn't give a damn. It was like, look, this is for my health. This is for, because I'm going thin. I ain't gonna have no hair if I don't stop doing what I'm doing to my hair. So look, this is for me, and if you can't accept that, then I'm gonna just have to find another that will. Okay, so that's that on that kind of tip. So to me, unless you locked in with a husband or something and y'all got to work that out. But I kind of feel like that's crazy for someone to, it's different if you're not grooming it and you're kind of just like not taking care of yourself. That would be one thing. But if you are like, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of times too, these chemicals and these styles, and just kind of going back to that, like what a lot of people are doing to their hair, that's causing a lot of this inflammation. And that was another thing too that's causing a lot of thinning with us as African American women. Like on this article that I was reading about, is because of all of those different styles that I was doing back then, or that we were doing, and that some people are still doing. The tight weaves, the tight ponytails, thank God. Hopefully, I don't know if they're still doing glue. I know they got the lace fronts and stuff, and some, I did see some girls, they do the spray glue, and they still do all that kind of stuff, which would be tearing up your edges and all that other kind of stuff. And all that stuff causes inflammation too, guys, when that stuff is tightly done. And when you're doing these protective styles and you're not actually still taking care of your hair underneath, all of that is causing damage to our hair and inflammation, which is causing a lot of the alopecia. That is what's causing our hair to fall out, and just a lot of, in some cases, for your hair never to grow back. Your hair will never grow back in certain parts. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop doing all that damage. But I don't say this to judge anyone, because I was there too. So I kind of feel like it's more of a like a brainwashing. It was just, it's just the messaging that we received about our hair that takes time to undo. That I really feel like there should be a goddamn school for that. Like I feel like that they should go to like a rehab for for accepting our natural hair. Because think about how many of us, when we first undone all that and decided, okay, no, I'm just going to embrace my natural beauty. Like, look at how much it starts here first. It literally starts up in your mind first. You have to accept it. You have to look at it. And then look at how many of us didn't even know what the hell to do with our own hair. We're grown women and don't know what the hell the first thing to do with our hair. It's like starting all over again. If you're a child, first learning how to do your own hair. Like, and so, but that was true. That was definitely true for me. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And then you get into the product junkyism when you first, it's so new, and you can spend a whole heap of damn money with that too when you start buying all kind of products. So that's another thing if you're a loose natural and you're doing that. So you have to learn how to walk that back and tame that. Once you start getting used to your hair, you'll realize that you don't even really need all of those things as much as they push out to you guys. So you have to remember too, and with the product industry, they're going to, these companies and all of some kind of stuff, white owned companies too, like they are going to cater to how we're trending. You got to trend where the money's going. So even with our whole natural movement and the products that they're pushing out, you don't actually need all those products. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, Carolyn, same here. A product junkie. I already know about that product junkiism. Like, you cannot tell me when Carol's daughter had first came out. I was on Carol's daughter. There was there was uh, wait a minute now. There was so many because I've been out of the natural hair game in terms of the loose natural. There were so many product lines that I Shea Moisture. You drop some of them daggone names, Carolyn. I know you know some of them names. There was Shea Moisture. There was Carol's daughter. I know there was this other one. She had like a uh damn, what's all of them? I knew all Love Naturals. I used to use her. There were so many. Like, I use so many daggone products, and I'm talking about that stuff adds up, y'all. Like, I'm talking about you will be dropping 100, 150, 200, depending on how much you was getting. There was so many, I can't remember. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you could that so that is a whole so this is what I'm saying. If you really look at what they were doing, they was following what we were doing with our hair. And a lot of people know, and why they doing that, because they know with us our hair is a big thing in the Black community. And I think it's not such a shame, because that was a real opportunity for us to have a lot of economical growth through the hair industry. We really, really could have, like, Black people could have really grew with that, like, you know what I'm saying. And I just watched little by little how the Black stores just ended up like going away. Like, all the ones that I did used to see and the ones that were there, they just, I mean, how many do any of y'all know of any Black hair owned stores? Now, I might say there may be, I would say probably maybe some Muslim stores. Like, if you go in areas, you might find a little stuff. And well, we ain't at Tajay shopping now, but they was, how they had Tabitha Brown, Auntie Tab in there. So, Tab had put out Donna, her line Donna, in Targets, but we ain't shopping in Tajay's, y'all. So I think that they had a few Black owned products in there, and I think I saw a few things, just some select few things in like CVS or Walgreens or something like that. If you go down their little product aisle, you'll see like a few like product lines and stuff like that. And y'all, for the ones for you guys coming in and stuff like that, the Sephora haul, right? And I had got this other the shampoo and stuff, y'all. And you may want to try, and especially like I said, for y'all who are color treated, just Pureology. I had got a sample pack from Sephora when I was had shopped for some things, and then they had this in it, and I really liked it, guys. And I thought it was just like some regular hair, but it's actually for color treated hair. So if you have locks that are colored, this might be a good one to try. Okay, Pureology. I really, really like the way it makes my hair feel. So I got a small, and these small ones were like $11 a piece. Okay, so these 11 for these small bottles, and these were like I think this is like one point. I think they said 1.7 ounces. I don't even, yeah, 1.7 ounces. I don't even think it's a full 2 ounces in these bottles, and this was 11. So this is an expensive type of little buy, but I said I'm just gonna do this for like, I think I may get about maybe maybe two washes. I ain't even gonna front. Maybe about two washes I might get on here. So we'll see what happens with that. But I actually like it. Like, so I'm not gonna front on that. I do like it. And as y'all all know, with me and my hair, I do henna. I do hennas on my hair. And I decided for the summer, I'm just going to just from here on into the summer, I'm going to continue to henna. And then I'm just going to do the one step process. Okay, I'm not going to do the double black until I get back into the fall and winter time. And I think I'll go ahead and switch back to the indigo, the double set. But for the spring and summer, and then that will allow me to stay on the it's going to allow me to stay on the natural side, still on the natural, not using chemicals, to color my hair. And I've been like kind of digging it a little bit, and a few people been like, oh, you colored your hair. So I'm like, oh, okay, this works. However, this particular one, I just ordered a whole new set. Now, this one is different, guys. I don't actually know how this is gonna. I don't know how this is going to come out, but I just purchased a Auburn set. It's Auburn, so I was told that you can't color over black, like you can't like actually cover over this black, but everything that has lightened up on my hair is because those are kind of like gray areas, like mainly the front and this and that, and in between here too. I have some gray areas. So what I'm going to do is I don't know how that's going to come out, because this is the first time that I ever went in like buying Auburn. So I've never purchased like a kit doing Auburn before. So this is going to be interesting. When I was younger, I used to wear Auburn hair. So I would wear Auburn, copper, um, Auburn, copper. I think I used to do burgundy. I used to do burgundy back in the day too. And then jet black. So I would like alternate between that. But because of the nature of henna is different from like a chemical color. Um, this ain't gonna just like fade like that. Like it's not gonna just fade like that. It's just like kind of like a permanent black. If you do a permanent chemical black color, like you put that on there, that's not gonna fade. And if you want to go to Queen, okay, so Tina Scott said Queen Helene, TCB, Proline, and etc. Yes, Queen Helene's TCB, Proline. Yeah, I remember those. Yep. I remember those. If we sit back and think, we'll be like, oh, yep, this. It's we It was incredible how many product lines that they had catered to us as black folks. I'm telling you, like, so that really, but it goes to show once I start, even because, and it makes you think like, oh, okay, um, I'm natural, so I need all these because they pushed all these products to us, pushed all that was basically a gimmick, because you literally did not need all that kind of stuff. Like you need a shampoo, a conditioner, a detangler. You get your wide tooth combs. You need to do your curls. You need that thing. You need this. You need that. Like they was pushing everything to us. Like, oh, you need it when you didn't even need all that. This is how I said, you know what? I'm gonna do an experiment. I said, let me see if I said, let me do this experiment on my head, and I'm gonna see, because it was like I was still getting used to my texture of my hair, and it wasn't like I had like a super thick hair, but but because in my mind I thought like we all just had super thick hair, like that's just what my mind was thinking. So I did not realize actually how fine my hair was. Like I didn't realize that people could have their hair could be picked out in the afro, and a person could just spray it and brush it back and bring it down. I did not, like, it was not computing that our hair could do that. Okay, I just did not think it, right? So here I am out the gate just putting different stuff like I gotta put this on, just putting mad product on. Okay, I gotta put gel on, so because I'm thinking, okay, I gotta do all this stuff to tame my hair, and it would go down. But I used to have so much product in my hair. So one day I was all like, okay, I was washing my hair. It was a wash day. I went, washed my hair, and then I had bought this deep conditioner. And then I just started putting the conditioner through my hair. Then I was just like smoothing, like smoothing. And I noticed that my hair was kind of just coming down with the conditioner in it. And then I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So I'm like, doing this. I'm like, my hair can lay down with conditioner in it. Like I was like, oh my God, hold up. So I did the whole thing, let the conditioner set, put a leave in, and then I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my hair. I'm gonna just do a little bit of oil. Like I didn't do like a heavy oil or anything like that. I just took it out, did a leave-in, put a little bit of oil, and then I took a brush and then I said I'm gonna pop this down the middle and then I'm gonna do like a ponytail to the back. So I had did the ponytail to the back. I just like did a little bit of gel like at the edges, and then I took a scarf, tied it, and then just put it down. And I said, I'm gonna see how this works. Like, cause in my mind, like if it's really thick, this ain't gonna work. The next day when I pulled it off, I was like, what in the hell? Like my hair was so slicked down as if I had pressed it or like blue dry it or whatever. The puff was still there, but like it, and I was like, okay, so maybe it was just the scarf that did this. So I'm like, okay. So I wore it like that. Couple of days, next day, I said, let me take the ponytail out, combed it down, and realized my hair still was laying kind of flat. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? This is how I learned, okay, I don't even have to have all these products in my hair for my hair to like behave, to put my hair in a ponytail, to like maneuver with my hair. I don't have to. That's how it came to me where I realized I did not even have to use all the products. And then I just started being like, let me try with my daughter and let me try. Once I started figuring out we didn't need all that stuff, it took me a second. I ain't gonna hold you. It took me a second to get up out of that product junkieism. But I'm telling you, I slayed that damn beast. Like I'm not gonna be spending all this kind of money, and it was just like a lifesaver once I finally realized that we didn't even need all those products. And I'm like, wow, this is advertisement. They are just pushing all this stuff. And our head did not even, and it could be good products. It doesn't, paraben free, this, that, all this other kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that it's not good. But the point is that it is a lot more than just products that grow your hair. It is your water intake. It is how much you're hydrating your body. It is what food you're eating. If you're eating your fruits and your vegetables, if you're doing all that kind of stuff. It is the stuff you're actually putting on your body. Like even the makeup we wear, even like, just all the different things that all soaks into our skin, and everything you put on yourself, it soaks in. So everything that you do, it affects your hair too. Like people, within, without, like what goes in is what's going to come out. So most of the people who are if you're exercising, if you're stimulating your scalp, even doing hair massages every single morning when I get up, I hydrate my hair and I give my scalp a massage. Like it's like brushing my teeth. I'm so used to doing it, and it feels so good to just like, get in the habit of giving yourself a head massage, like a scalp massage to stimulate your scalp. Like you go ahead and moisturize your scalp and give your hair a nice massage. You will be surprised at, for one, it's going to feel great. And then for two, that's going to help stimulate the hair growth in your hair. So if you're trying to get that going, you do that. Like I do it all the time. Okay, and I love to do it. It's just such a part of my routine now. It's a lot of different little simple things you can do. So I would just say, like, don't overspend on stuff because you don't need to. It's just, remember, just hydrating yourself, because we need that. Our body's made up over 70% of water, liquid, so we need that. get your vitamins, the things that you need to get in there. And the only thing, and if people are starting to have issues with their hair, and then there's a problem with their hair, it could be also too that you have something going on within. So this is with the exception of people who are sick, or they're dealing with a hair condition. You can actually have, which is starting to bother me now, and this is why I made my little kits up that I have now, guys. I earlier in the live, I was telling people about like my shea butter kit stuff that I am making now. I used to buy this years ago, and I just started. I got some product last week and put it together, brought it around, and had some people test out my shea butter stuff right here. And now I done ended up like got like 10 orders or different things like that. Like I literally had money dropped out today because of just some sales I got over this wonderful shea butter stuff that I make. This comes straight from Africa. Everything else is organic in it. I mix with a few oils. Guys, I put this on, a little goes a long way, and it is amazing stuff. And I used to just use it for myself, mainly for winter weather when I was up in Boston. But now, we all got to keep our legs and arms out. So we want to be moisturized and sun kissed, so we want to be, have that to last all day. But anyways, it's about putting good stuff in, guys, putting good stuff in your body. Welcome everybody who is here. Like I see we got 10 people here on the live. You have people coming in and out. Guys, say hi. Let us know who you are. We all family in here, okay? We lost our family. It's nothing to say hi and just to do a thumbs up, guys. That's free. Okay, unless y'all really ain't rocking with it, you don't want it, because that's free, guys. All you have to do is just thumbs up. And we all know how it is. We're putting things out, giving you guys this information in hopes that it helps you. And then, of course, we want help too for our channel, to keep the channel going, to keep us in the algorithm. All of that relies on thumbs up. It relies on comments. It relies on participation, right? So everybody knows that. Okay, so if you come in, just try to do that. That would do me a big favor, and I'd appreciate that a whole lot, guys. But anyways, yeah, so just try to do those things. And like I said, the only other thing that I've been adding is my black sesame seeds. And I feel like my hair has been it's been growing, y'all. I'm seeing some results from that. So like I said, I got that at Amazon. If you guys are interested in doing that, I finally do have my Amazon store link. Is at the home page of Phase Lock Life. And then if you go, you'll see where my links are. You just click, and then you'll see the Amazon one. Click on that, and then make a purchase of this if you want to. But I'll tell you, I'm so late. Hope all is well. I'll catch the replay. Right. Okay, great. Oh, 305 Capricorn. How you doing, girl? I haven't seen you in a minute. And I don't know if you were able to see that. I had an issue. It doesn't matter if you're late. I'm glad that you jumped in. Definitely do the replay. And I'm just going over right now, showing them about the black sesame seed that I've been using, adding to my regimen. And I feel like my hair has actually really been like kind of grown. I've noticed a lot more growth since I've been like just taking this in the morning. I take like a teaspoon of it in the morning. And I still do my massages. Like I said, I do those every morning in the morning, hydrate my hair. Just trying to get my water in, up in those fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. Tonight for dinner, I'll be having, y'all, I'm going to be making, I actually made my red lentil beans. I'm going to be doing like a gumbo type of thing. Just got on. Okay, hope everyone is doing well. Karen Jordan, hi Karen, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Everybody, I'm noticing some different folks that are coming in here. And guys, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I hope you are a lock star, but thank you for being here, guys. And if you can do me a favor to thumbs up the live, guys, that kind of helps me stay in rotation, because YouTube be playing sometimes with us unless we get likes and comments too. So, we want to help, and we want to educate and inform, but also too, that helps us to be able to do what we do. So anyways, like I said, when you can catch, if you can catch, okay, Yeah. Oh, so Capricorn says, yes, I've been gone. I need to catch up. How's your hair? So, okay, so basically, I've been just talking about, yeah, you definitely can just kind of go through my live. Hi, let me see. Let me put on my glasses, y'all. I need some glasses. Okay. Shirley Holcomb. Hi, how are you? How are you? I'm glad to have you. This is a new name. I'm seeing some new names. 305. I was watching one of your previous videos regarding Sister Locks XL. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I put that out there and just ran down some information about what's going on with that. But lately, I was just like just telling people